Welcome back to the shop. Stamping keys, quick version. I'm replicating that key. I do not have the forms that they used in 1850 to make these keys. For some reason I missed out on the estate auction when the company went out of business 140 years ago. So I have to come up with my own solutions. Things that are important. I need to replicate the outer diameter. I need to replicate the inner diameter. I need to replicate the height or depth, and I need to replicate this profile. So from arm's length, if you're looking at this flute, you won't be able to really tell, hey, that's a replacement key. If you get in and measure it, you probably could, but my goal is to make it so arm's length, it's like, yes, that looks right. So, outer diameter, I made, these are bronze bearings, steel insert, brazed in place with the correct diameter to produce this outer diameter. This one, you can see the shiny area, that is a step. I'm using 20 thousandths thick silver. The original is 18 and a bit. I went with 20 because it's a nice round number, and I figure I'm going to be buffing and polishing, and what's an extra thousandth on a side between friends. So the shiny area in here, that's a recess to hold my disc. Keep it centered. It's 20 thousandths deep. I made this guy to go in there, hold it in place so it doesn't move, and this is a pilot for my other tools. Other tools consist of this brass plug, made to profile, match that. I created this profile by lots of laborious pieces of cardstock, trimmed and drawn and trimmed some more, and no, that's not right, so I trimmed some more. But eventually I got this so it was pretty close match. So, you know, that fits pretty good inside that key. So this is the driver that goes in here. Got my silver disc in here, and this goes through and presses it through the other side. I also made steel, hardened, designed to protrude a little bit. That is what is used to create this ring. Zoom in on the ring. There, that's a good shot of the ring. So, drive it through here. I have this. What I'm using, well, first to make the disc, Peppy tools, disc cutter, trial and error. I found the 11th 16th disc is perfect for this task. Gives me just enough with not too much overhang, but enough that I can clean everything up and make them all look the same. I have my arbor press here, and tried a number of things pressing on. Could press on right on the iron, I could press on a piece of aluminum, I could press on a piece of oak, could press on various plastics or wood. I found Instamorph, the thermosetting plastic, is squishy enough with a piece of cork on it that you get a pretty good replica of the key. And that's what most of these are. You know, trial and error, dialing in the protrusion of the ring so it looks right. And last feature on it is the dimple in the middle. I believe this dimple is part of the original fabrication process. Flutes of this age have a male stud. The pad goes in around that stud and a threaded washer screws down on that stud to hold the pad in place. Modern flutes obviously have a female spud in there, and the screw and washer screws into that to hold things on. Typically these studs in these 19th century flutes are soldered in by some means. Soft soldered sometimes, most of them are hard soldered. Fine, great, no problem. These on the Ronnbergs appear to have a mechanical connection. There is a hole through the top of each of the pad cups, and that stud is screwed in to the pad cup. So if you heat this too much trying to get it to come loose, you're going to melt the key. You're not going to get enough heat in there to get the brass to move before the silver turns into a puddle. So I think these dimples in the center of each of the pad cups, and if I look at all of the pad cups on this flute, they're all a slightly different height. I think they were from the drilling process to make the hole for that spud. Since I don't know what they used, I don't know what was supporting it. Was it in the steel form that they had? Was it on a piece of wood? Was it on a piece of leather? Was it on Uncle Bob's lunch pail? I don't know. I decided I'm going to make the dimple first, and that way it's there and everything's fine. The way I made that dimple: bronze bearing stock filled with Instamorph, and then I made a form matching the pad cup. This is outer diameter, not inner diameter like the other ones, and I drove that into the Instamorph, and that creates a good support. And it also created, this boss here, created a sharp edge shelf hole inside there, so I could set these guys in there with this tool. Tap, 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 makes a better defined ring. I use the same guide with watch staking tools with a smooth surface. I've got 3 of them that have different size points. Polycarbonate guide, so that's centered. Polycarbonate guide, so that's centered. Stick that in there, tap, tap, tap. Poof, I got a dimple. So that's the short version of making these pad cups. As you can see, there are some of my failures, some of my proof of concept in brass that look kind of like mangled bottle caps. Questions, leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I don't have many subscribers, but tell your friends. Many more videos to come.